Aula 1, nível Advanced Review of Important Grammar Tenses, Past Tenses. Hello, everyone, again.
Hello again.
You guys are going to get tired of me.
No.
Okay. But it's so nice to see the class with many beautiful girls. I love it. Hi, Claudia. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm here.
Ah, good to see you. How are you? Are you fine?
Yes, I'm fine.
That's good. Okay. Me, good to see you again. Raquel, were you also in the previous class, Raquel? We didn't see
Hi,
you there?
teacher. No, because I saw it was the same in class.
Ah, okay. Yes,
The
it is.
material was the same. So I just came to this one.
Yes, it is the same because it is probably the most important review of the semester. So I had prepared the same class for both levels, both intermediate and advanced, because it's amazing. Even the advanced students commit the same mistakes.
Yes.
Okay? So probably it's going to be kind of boring for some time for Regina, me, Eric, because you were watching the previous class. If you want, I can invert the order. I can start from the end to the beginning, or I can go from the beginning to the end.
No, teacher, it's pleasure.
Okay. Okay. But I hope you don't get tired. Claudia is only in this class, so she hasn't seen anything about it, okay?
Sure.
So what are we going to do? I have redesigned all classes. I have written everything, and we are going to finish the review. We started last Thursday and we never completed. Okay, Claudia?
Yes, okay.
I think, as I did with the other class, we have already seen and talked about the simple past, haven't we?
Yes.
Claudia?
Yes, you talk about the simple past. And a little bit, I think, about present perfect. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Some situations you can use both, or can use only the present perfect, something like that.
Okay, so what are we going to do now? Since everyone was here in the previous class, okay, can we skip this part and go straight to the present perfect and start there? Is that okay or no?
For me, it's okay.
What about the others that have already seen?
You decided, teacher.
Okay. Oh, maybe Claudia hasn't seen this. I think I will talk briefly about this.
How they
Claudia,
pronounce the past.
Yes.
Talk about how they pronounce the past.
Yes. I changed all the exercises. Okay, so if you want to review them again, okay. And now, if you have any question, Descubra o Mundo has created specific groups at the app Telegram only to answer questions, okay? The advantage of using Telegram is that your telephone number is never made public, okay? So you can go there, you can ask me questions, you can transfer homework, you can do whatever you want, okay? But your number, yes.
I don't think we can send text here.
No, Bruno said he was, okay. I will ask Bruno. No, Bruno told me that it would be necessary to change just one little thing. So both
Okay.
you and I can send. But since everything was done, you know, very rushy, okay,
Yeah,
I think, yes, I think by tomorrow he'll be able to do that, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So, except for Claudia, I think everyone else knows everything about the others. Claudia,
Yeah.
I think you are the only different student in this class, so why don't you make a very fast introduction about yourself so the others get to know you?
Okay. So I'm Cláudia. I was born in a countryside in São Paulo. The name of the city is Bragança Paulista. I am 46 years old. Now I live in Rio. I'm librarian and I work at IBGE as a librarian. What else? I think it's enough. Would you like to know anything more? These days...
I would love to know a lot more, but I don't dare to ask you.
So, and I don't know anyone here. I know some people like Raquel, Erica.
Regina, why don't you talk about yourself?
Hi, I'm Regina. Hi, Claudia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Regina, and I live in Florianopolis, and I 60. I my husband arrived.
What?
Oh my God. I'm 56 years old. I'm retired. Only
it's my dream.
And Claudia, she goes to the beach every day. Okay?
Hi, Claudia.
Hello.
We also have in this class 2 VIP students, okay? Me and Eric. We don't know anything about you. What is your relationship with me? Are you the brother of me?
Yes, she is my sister.
Oh, nice to meet you, Eric.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell us more info about you, what you do?
Hi.
Did you teacher?
What?
Did you see our last name?
Yes, I noticed because of the last name, okay? It's not a very common name, so I thought there would be some connection there, understand? I'm just sorry to say, but I think your sister is much more beautiful than you are, my friend. I don't know what is the girl's opinion, but do you also have the big green eyes like your sister or no?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Anyway, tell us about you, Eric. What do you do there in that wonderful city of yours?
I am computer teachers and computer researcher. No? Researcher.
No, not Z. S. Researcher.
Researcher.
Yeah, research. Search.
Research. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the verb is to search. So you add the prefix research. Okay?
Research.
Yes. Okay. What does a computer researcher do? You spend your day Googling things or developing things?
Developing other applications of too many domains, bioinformatics, medicine, in many domains, applications, né? Algorithm applications.
Okay, apps. You can say only apps. Okay. Oh, Dirce.
Hi.
Dirce,
Hi.
are you listening to me?
Yes, I am.
Good. You know what? I was thinking about, I really don't know who lives near this biker, but this biker has a very noisy motorcycle, okay? Every time he passes, I can listen to him. So this, I was thinking about your very fancy occupation, okay? And it's funny because I remembered a TV series that I used to watch, and there was a guy, the name of the series is Billions. Have you ever seen this?
Billion. No.
Yes, it's a very good series. It's at Netflix, okay?
Okay.
And there is a guy there that has, I think, almost the same occupation as yours.
Really?
Yes, he works for the General Internal Affairs of Justice. Oh, what a beautiful name, huh?
Yeah.
General Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs is what you said, corregedoria.
I know.
Yes, I knew this word, but I thought it only applied to the police, understand? Like when police was investigating dirty police officers, but no. And then I remember I was watching some new episodes of Billions, and I saw General Internal Affairs of Justice. Okay, so that's a very long name, but that's probably the place where you work. Okay?
No, in Brazil, we can find the corregedoria in different
areas.
In different, because we talk in Portuguese órgãos, like Poder Judiciário, police, and each organs inside internal corporates in government, each one have how can I say?
Internal affairs.
Corregedoria.
Internal affairs. Only corregedoria say internal affairs.
Internal affairs. Like some like this. AGU, in my case, AGU have a specific corregedoria.
Okay.
Internal affair. Procuradoria do Banco Central, it's inside.
Yeah, probably, yes.
Have the special internal affairs.
Okay. But I think, yes, in your area, you told me that it had to do with taxes and things like that. So I think it's the General Internal Affairs of Justice or Revenue Service. Okay? Because in English, they have a very powerful organization that is called IRS. Have you ever heard about this?
No.
Let me see if I can open a new share here. Okay, whiteboard. Here, I'm going to write. Do you remember that famous gangster, Al Capone?
Yes, I remember.
Yes. It was very interesting because in spite of having committed thousands of crimes, the FBI, the police, they were never able to arrest him because they could never find one evidence against him to prosecute him in the criminal justice. Understand?
Understand.
The only agent that was able to prosecute, arrest him, and send him to prison for life was the IRS, which is the abbreviation for Internal Revenue Service.
Is the same de Receita Federal em Brasil.
Yes, these guys are terrible. They are terrible in the United States. I think that Americans are much more afraid of the IRS than the FBI.
Yes.
Because, yes, people are always trying to avoid taxes, you know, like tax evasion, understand? They try to launder money, okay? And the IRS is terrible. They really investigate things in a very, very drastic way. So they also,
I worked in Receita Federal, and I say I work in Internal Revenue Service.
Yes, I work for the internal. Yes.
Okay.
For the Internal Revenue Service. Yes.
Service. Okay.
Or
thank you.
Regina, you can just say, I used to work. Okay,
I used to work.
To work for the IRS. Only this, Regina.
Okay.
Just memorize the abbreviation IRS.
IRS.
Because this is even more, let's say, frightening than FBI, CIA, understand?
Okay.
People are more...
In Canada, it's the same.
Internal Revenue Service, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're very powerful and they are very, 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 very rigid, understand, in the United States. Because Americans are always, like Brazilians, always trying to find the ways to, let's say, evade tax, okay, or laundry money, understand? And it's not the FBI, unless, of course, it's an international thing, okay? Then the IRS has a jurisdiction inside of the United States. If it's outside, they will send the FBI or something like that. But inside of the United States, many people go to jail for tax evasion or money laundering, okay? I think it's laundering, like this. I don't know, money, there is a laundering, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, let's go back to what we were supposed to talk about. Let's see how far we can go, okay? Anyway, Claudia, have you already, because I know Raquel was not in the previous class, but Erica, me, Eric, everyone else, Regina, they were in the previous class. Have you ever seen this, the use of the past continuous? It's the same of the present continuous, but we use the verb to be in the past, like I was, you were, he was, she was. And it's used in two different cases. To talk about something that was happening at a definite time in the past. So if I ask, for example, what were you doing last night? What did you do last night, Claudia, for example? What did you do last night? It was a Sunday night. What did you do?
I watched Fantastic with my mom. So excited program.
Yes. Yeah, the program. I am glad you said that. Exciting or excited? You said so
exciting.
Yes.
I don't know what I said.
Excited.
Excited.
Yes. Maybe the best way to remember this is we get ed when someone or something is ing. Let's understand this. If you memorize this, and I'm telling this for everyone, if you memorize this sentence, you don't imagine how you can expand your vocabulary, okay? For example, any verb that you can think of in English, any verb, tire, bore, shock, excite, amaze, okay? Surprise, any verb. If we get the ed form, like tired, and the ing form, tiring, like bored, or the ing form, boring, ed form, like shocked, the ing form, shocking, excited, the ing form, exciting, amazed, amazing, surprised, surprising. Understand? Then probably it's possible to understand because we become, we are ed when someone or something is ing. I'll give you an example. Maybe it's easy for you to understand. Last Saturday night, just an example, okay? I went to a conference at the local university here to listen to a talk about the influence of the moon in the menstruation of butterflies with yellow wings. The guy droned on and on for about 5 hours. The guy spoke and spoke, droned on and on is an idiomatic expression that means spoke continuously for about 5 hours about the influence of the moon in the menstruation of butterflies with yellow wings, specifically yellow wings, not blue wings or red wings. So after 5 hours, how do you think I was feeling? I was tired. No, I was bored to death. Okay? Why? Because the conference was
Boring.
So the TV program last night was exciting. So you were excited. Understand? So when you have a very hard day, at the end of the day, you're tired. Why? Because I had a tiring day. So the ing is always for the others. You can say, you're so boring. I don't want to talk to you anymore because you're boring. As a consequence, I'm getting bored. Understand? So imagine how you can expand your vocabulary because you can get any verb you want and the past tense of it or the past participle of it, if it's regular, you can use as an adjective. These words, tired, tiring, they are not verbs here. They are adjectives. Understand? And you can get, feel, become, are. Okay, like I am tired. I'm tired because I had a tiring day. I was amazed at what I saw on the street yesterday because the situation was amazing. Okay? Understand this?
Yes.
Excellent. So see, now I put some graphs here. You haven't seen the graphs, neither has Raquel, okay? I try to make as nice as possible for you guys. So the past continuous is used to describe an action that was happening at a certain time in the past, okay? That was the case. Like when I asked her, what were you doing last night? I was watching Fantástico with my mother, okay? That's it. The activity was going on in the past. In the previous class, I asked it, for example, Carol, you know Carol, what did you do last night? She said nothing, which was perfect. I really expected her to say nothing. But when I asked her, what were you doing last night at 7 o'clock? She said, I was having dinner. So it's different. At 7 o'clock, she was having dinner. But last night, she did nothing. Okay? So, and the other case here is we use the past continuous to describe an action that was going on. It was in progress when it was interrupted by another action in the simple past. In this case, we say, I was doing something when something else happened. And if I have two actions that were happening at the same time, we can connect them by while. For example, yesterday I was trying to study while my neighbor was playing the drum. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So I was trying to study, to work while my neighbor was playing the drums. Okay? So that's the second graph here. Ongoing activity, interrupted by an action in the simple past. I was taking a shower when the phone rang. She was singing while I was trying to study. I was kissing the girl when her husband unfortunately arrived. Okay? Okay. You have the verb to be. If you want to ask a question, just place it in front. If you want to make a negative, just add not. Okay? And then we have the present perfect. We have already talked several times about the present perfect, and I sincerely hope this is the last time. So, as we get older, I have said this, and I'm going to say it again. I do remember most of the things I did in my life. I do remember going to thousands of places. I just don't remember when.
When?
Understand? I don't know. If you ask me details about any museum in the world, I probably remember. I love going to museums, but I don't remember the date. I don't remember when. So when I'm talking about, I will probably say, oh yeah, I've been to the Cairo Museum. I've seen the Tutankhamun mummy, okay? But I don't remember when. It was one day in my life. So the present perfect gives the idea that you did something in the past. It's a completed action that happened in the past at some point of your life, starting the day you were born until this moment. All right? That's why sometimes Brazilians make classical mistakes, asking questions like, did you talk to Mary today? You see, today is not past, it's present. So I cannot use the simple past. I have to say, have you talked to Mary today? I can ask you, did you talk to Mary this morning? That's possible because now it's almost 7:30 at night. So did you talk to Mary this morning? No, I didn't. Did you talk to Mary this afternoon? No, I didn't either. But did you talk to Mary today? Impossible. Did you see your doctor this week? Impossible. Today is only Monday. Have you seen your doctor this week? No, not yet. Have you seen your, I don't know, your dentist this year? Okay?
Yes.
That's present perfect. All right? So every time you remember doing something in the past, but you don't remember the time, just use present perfect. All right? Any problem about this?
No.
Claudia, Regina, Dirce, Raquel? Okay.
No, teacher.
Okay,
No.
okay.
And the other use of the present perfect is to talk about an action. Okay, now this is the first one, or the second one, the first one. Number 2, it's also used to talk about actions that started in the past and are still going on in the present. In this case, we usually introduce the duration of the actions by since plus the point in the time when the action is started, or for plus the duration. So if you say, I've studied English for 3 months, that means you're still studying. I have studied English since March. That means that you are still studying it. Okay? This is also present perfect. And here, again, I'm going to emphasize something important. When you're talking to a native speaker, be very careful when he or she says something like, I've worked, I've studied, I've lived. If you don't observe the I've, and the verb is regular, you just listen, I lived, I worked, I studied, you might think that he or she has stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have experienced a situation like this. A guy said, oh, I've lived there for many years. He said, I've lived, but my friend understood only I lived. And then he said, oh, if you love it so much, why did you move? And the guy was like, what? Who said I moved? Understand? And my friend said, you said. And then I told him, he said, I've. And the guy, oops, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. And that's what happens. If you don't observe the contraction I've, you're going to get confused, okay? Because I lived in the USA for many years. I lived. I don't live anymore. I've lived in Europe for a couple of years. It means I still live. There is a big difference, understand? And the only thing is I've and lived. Okay? So I've seen that movie before. Paul has been there, blah, blah, blah. Okay? If you want to ask questions, you use have. If you want to make negative, you say haven't, hasn't. Okay? If you want to ask a question, place have in front. Okay? Now, number 3 is different. You see, simple past, as the name says, is used for a simple action that happened at some definite time in the past. What if you have repeated that action many times? You can't use simple past to say, I saw this movie 3 times. If you say, I saw this movie 3 times yesterday, you can say, no, teacher, but I saw 3 times yesterday. People are going to think you're crazy. Because watching the same movie 3 times in the same day, I don't know. Okay.
It's just like a children.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
like a...
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. My granddaughter, I think she watches Shark Tale, I think. Yeah, Shark Tale. About 5 times every day, understand? But that's different.
Shark tail. It's not baby shark.
I think it's baby shark. Baby shark, shark. Yeah. You see, I told you, I'm not very good at names, okay? Yeah. Baby shark. You have already seen this, right, Raquel?
No, teacher, but it's like this kind of songs that keep it on our mind. Do you know?
Yeah, we can't forget it. Get rid of it.
Yes.
Yes. That's why probably she watches it repeatedly, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, if you do something repeatedly, you use present perfect, okay? Like I've seen it 3 times. Ted has been to that club many times, okay? I have been to New York, I don't know, 100 times, okay?
Oh,
Well, yes, I think personally, I think I know New York better than I know São Paulo or even Campinas.
really, teacher?
You can ask me whatever you want to know about New York. I can tell you where it is, how to get there, you know?
I will keep this information when I get there again.
Okay, yes, just ask me for where can I get good bargains, you know? I know all the best stores to get good bargains, okay?
Nice.
Yeah, there is a fantastic store across from the former World Trade Centers called Century 21. That's one of my favorite stores. Yes.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yes. Yeah. You see, I've been there. Yes. There, the advantage is everything is real. If you want to get the same things at a cheaper price, you can go to Canal Street. Canal Street.
Canal Street?
Yes, Canal Street. The last time I was there, it took me like 10 minutes to understand what the bloody Chinese were trying to say. Because they would approach me and they would go like, Makoko, Makoko, Makoko. And I was, sorry, I don't speak Chinese. And they would, Makoko, Makoko.
Oh my God.
After 10 minutes, I realized they were trying to sell microcores.
Okay.
Yes, but they say, Makoko, Makoko, Makoko. So it's terrible. But anyway, Canal Street is the best street in Chinatown to buy anything. Same, but different. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Same thing, but different. Okay, present perfect continuous. Well, many people confuse. Sometimes it is possible to confuse. Why? Because both tenses have exactly the same idea. The advantage, you will never be in a situation, in a test, like if you have to take a proficiency test, you will never have to answer a question, like to choose between a sentence in the present perfect or in the present perfect continuous. Like, I've been studying or I've studied. I've been collecting or I've collected. I've been working or I've worked. Because they are all exactly the same.
Oh.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, Claudia, can you read the definition 3.1 for us, please?
Usually used to express temporary situations that started in the past and they are still going on. When used, you cannot discover if the action has been completed or not. You are interested. I should study the last class about the finish.
Yeah, the past tense.
Verbs, yes.
Yeah, interest sounds like T, so you say interested.
Interested in the
duration of the action.
And not the result. Of it. You should also use it for or since.
You see, this is basically the same of the second case of the present perfect. I've been studying for 3 hours. The only difference is, I don't know if you have finished studying or not. I only know that you have spent your last 3 hours studying. But if you say, for example, I've been teaching English for a long time. I have taught English for a long time. Grammatically speaking, both sentences are the same. I have worked for Descubra o Mundo for many years. I've been working for Descubra o Mundo for many years. It's exactly the same. Nobody can say, you're wrong. This is not correct. Nobody, not even a professor from, let's say, Cambridge University or MIT or Harvard, because it is exactly the same. Who knows the difference? Only me. What is the difference? When you use the continuous, you are in a certain way talking about a temporary situation. For example, I've been working for Descubra o Mundo for 10 years. I have worked for Descubra o Mundo for 10 years. Deep inside, I don't think this is my dream job. My dream job is to stop working and only travel. Understand?
Mine too.
Yes, that's what I would like to do, okay? Like I would like to spend 1 week in every city from here to maybe Hong Kong, okay? That would be my dream job. I'm trying to find a job like this that wants me to visit places and write about it, okay? Go to the best restaurant and write about it, okay? That would be my dream job.
Yeah.
But nobody knows exactly. That's why it's correct. The only thing is when you use the continuous, I never know if the action is finished or not. Like, oh, I've been reading that book you told me about. You know that I have not finished reading the book yet. If I say, oh, I've read that book you told me about. So if you want to talk about, we can talk about, because I've read, it means I finished. I've been reading. I have not finished. I've read that book for 2 months, but that's correct too. It means I have not finished yet. You see, that's why it's confusing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried to write down all the problems, okay? So maybe you can, oh, look at this example here. It's been raining. It's been raining here. If you go outside right now, if you open the door and walk out, you're going to say, no, teacher, it's not raining. And I'm going to say, I didn't say it's raining. I said, it's been raining. At this moment, it's not raining. But if you look outside, everything is wet. I did some laundry today, and they were hanging outside to dry out in the sun. Now everything is wet. Because I was working here, it started to rain. I didn't pay attention because the doors here, they are all double layers, understand? So because of the winter, you don't listen to the noise outside. I didn't even realize it was raining. So all my clothes are wet now, understand? But at this moment, it's not raining. But I can say it's been raining to refer to an action which started in the past and continue until a few minutes ago or a few even hours ago. That's possible too, okay? Oh, she's been writing letters all morning. I have no idea how many letters she has written, but I know that she spent the entire morning writing letters. So the present perfect continuous is usually interested in the duration, not in results. And the simple is always the result. You see, we have been or has been plus the ing. It's an activity started in the past that continues to the present, which is the case I've been studying for 5 months, or I have studied for 5 months. Or an activity started in the past and recently finished. That's the example I gave you. It's been raining a lot here. It's not raining at this moment, but it's been raining. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So, what is important to remember? There is a list of verbs, a list, not one, that are never used in any continuous tense. And believe me, this list you have to memorize. They are not used in the present continuous. They are not used in the past continuous. They are not used in the present perfect continuous, nor in the past perfect continuous. Okay, so you have here on understand, believe, need, want, love, hate, like, realize, prefer, belong, see, hear, know, suppose, mean, remember, forget, seem, have when it means possess. Understand? For example, I have been having the same car for 10 years. That's not possible. Why? Because the idea is possession. So I have had the same car for 10 years. In this case, I can only use the present perfect simple. But I can say I've been having a good time in Europe in spite of the COVID-19. I eat pasta every day. I eat pizza 3-4 times a week. I eat gelato almost every day. Okay? Yes, but that makes me walk every day too in order to burn some of the bacon, understand? Yes, that's the problem. And think, it has two meanings. What do you think of Maria? Oh, I think she's a nice girl. That's my opinion. When think means opinion, it's not possible to be used in the ing. But think also means to go through my mind. I have been thinking of going to Genova this weekend. I have been thinking, because here the idea is like planning, going through my mind. So it's possible to be used. Understand? So I gave here a few examples, like, of course, the verb to be is not possible to be used either. It would be very redundant to say, I have been married. No, very strange. So we simply say, I've been married for a long time. She's been married, like Regina, okay? She's been married for 26 years, okay? She's been married. We use the present perfect simple, not the continuous, okay? I've loved my wife for a long time. It's not possible to say I've been loving her for a long time, because to love is one of the verbs in the list, okay?
Okay.
So if you spend 10 minutes studying the next part, I try it to show you, we use both tenses for finished and unfinished. But you have some limitations, okay? Like the present perfect simple can be used often with since and for to talk about unfinished actions that started in the past and are still true in the present. It's often used with stative verbs. What means stative verbs? All the verbs that are in that list up there. Understand, remember, feel, love, know. Okay, like I've been knowing Mary for many years. Doesn't exist.
No.
I'm not married for many years. Okay? The present perfect continuous can also be used with since and for to talk about unfinished actions that started in the past are still true in the present. Of course, we don't use the present perfect continuous with the verbs in the box above, verbs of opinion, feelings, that stated verbs. She's been living here for 3 years. But take a look here. I tried to give 6 examples that are exactly the same. They've lived in London since 2004. They've been living in London since 2004. I've studied French for 10 years. I've been studying French for 10 years. He's worked at that company since 2009. He's been working at our company since 2009. All the sentences are exactly the same. So you could ask me, is it ever different? Yes, sometimes. That's why you have the next part. And here, I'd like you to study this to see when it's different. You have all the examples, which is different. Okay? And tomorrow we can finish this. Is that all right?
Yes, teacher.
Sorry if the class was a little repetitive to some of the students, but I tried to make it a little different. But the topic is the same because it is quite important. We have to learn this once and for all. Understand? Yes. Because I realized that when everyone made their personal presentation, everyone was making the same mistakes. Regina today was very good when she started a sentence and she corrected herself. I was very proud of you, Regina.
No, thank you.
No, honestly, because you started and then you stopped and said, I've been, okay? Well, that indicates what? That you learn it.
Learning, yes.
Understand? Otherwise, you would continue to say, I'm married for 26 years. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay? We have a lot of other important things to talk about. Thank you for being here again. It's been a real pleasure for me to see you all here. And I hope to continue seeing you here every day. All right?
All right.
I hope you have a wonderful evening. Get a nice rest. And tomorrow I'll see you here at the same time. Okay? Bye-bye for now.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye.
See you
Bye-bye,
tomorrow.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Take care,
Bye-bye, guys.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.